data center power is like this, right? Like you're telling me, I'm gonna buy tens of billions of dollars of GPUs and idle them because the power's not being generated. Like power is cheap, right? Like if you look at the cost of a cluster, less than 20% of it is power, right? Most of it is the capital cost and depreciation of the GPUs, right? And so it's like, well, screw it. I'll just I'll just build natural gas plants. This is what Meta's doing in Louisiana. This is what OpenAI is doing in Texas and like all these different places. They may not be doing it directly, but they are partnered with someone. And so there is a couple hopes, right? Like one is, and Elon, what he's doing in Memphis is like, to the extreme. They're not just using dual combined cycle gas, which is like super efficient. He's also just using single cycle and like mobile generators and stuff, which is less efficient. But there's also like the flip side, which is like solar power generation is like this, and wind is another like this, different correlate, different. So if you stack both of those, plus you get a big chunk of batteries, plus you have a little bit of gas, it is possible to run it more green. It's just the time scales for that is slow, right? So people are trying, but Meta basically said, whatever, don't care about my sustainability pledge, or they'll buy like a power. It's called a PPA, power purchasing agreement, where there'll be a massive wind farm or solar farm, like wherever, and then they'll just pretend like those electrons are being consumed by the data center, but in reality, they're paying for the power here and selling it to the grid, and then they're buying power here. Yep. And then another thing is like Microsoft quit on some of their sustainability pledges, right? Elon, he what he did with Memphis is objectively somewhat dirty, but he's also doing it in an area where there's like a bigger natural gas plant right next door and like a sewer next, or not a sewer, but like a wastewater treatment and a garbage dump nearby, right? And he's obviously made the world a lot more clean than that one data center is going to do, right? So I think like it's fine to some extent, and maybe AGI solves global warming and stuff, right? Whatever it is, this is sort of the attitude that people at the labs have, right? Which is like, yeah, it's great, we'll just use gas, right? Because the race is that important, and if we lose, that's way worse, right?